Good morning, everyone. Today we will be discussing about market integration. But before that, we will going to watch a video related to our topic, which is the market integration.
So for now, I will be discussing about the positive and negative integration. The positive integration is to adjust the domestic policies and institutions through the creation of supernatural arrangement. So this means that positive integrations follow the domestic policies in order to have a form of coordination and cooperation in the institution. The negative integration is to reduce the non-tariffs and tariffs barriers to trade as a main tool for integrating market. So the negative integration, there are positive and negative effects on our country or one. The positive effects of negative integration is example if the non-tariff were reduced, the import goods will overlap the local goods and if the local goods were overlapped by the import goods, the local farmers were also in a bad shape. And if the positive effects of negative integration is when the tariff barrier is reduced, the import goods or the imported products, ta- their taxes will be reduced also. And if the taxes were reduced, the price of the product in the market will also reduce.
Global market integration did not happen overnight. It was the result of the establishment of global economy that involved the homogenization of trade and commerce. Prior to the trends in globalization of the 20th century, international trade, exchange goods and services were already practiced. According to Harvey 1990, cities and countries were able to extend their reach beyond borders and patterns of trade and technology because of development in shipping and navigation. This was observable in the development of maritime transport throughout history. Colonialism and imperialism rose as the new ways of putting order to the economic relationships among countries. Equity, corporate ownership, management subsidiaries, and central headquarters, which supply and distribute goods and services, were established through colonialism. So the integration of the market started when big American corporations began to emerge after the Second World War with the rise of new conglomerates.
Problems in global market integration. There are four problems in global market integration, which are institutional differences between countries, removal of institution variation between countries, incompatibility with democracy and sovereignty. And the last one, it suffocates countries' economic development. In institutional differences between countries, meaning countries have differences on how they are going to establish or organize the organization. Removal of institution variations between countries. Variation means a change or difference in conditions, amount, or level, typically with certain limits. Incompatibility with democracy and sovereignty. So it means that democracy and sovereignty are not compatible in global market integration. And the last one, it suffocates countries' economic development. So it means in global market integration, the economic development of countries will hold. The advantages of global market integrations. There are two advantages of global market integrations, which are harmonization of institutions across countries, and the last one is brings prosperity. In harmonizations of institutions across country, it means working to those countries which are complementary in order to have the plans working together for their achievement as an overall. Prosperity means the conditions of being successful or thriving economic well-being. Prosperity means the conditions of being successful or thriving economic well-being. And that's all the advantages of global market integrations.
Now we're going to talk about United Nations. United Nations was established after Second World War. And Second World War began on Hitler's invasion of Poland in September 1939, drove Great Britain and France to declare war on Germany. During that war, countries faced great challenges. That's why United Nations was established in order to support each country who experience difficulties, provide support and guidance in re-uplifting their country's economy and financial. Earlier in 1944, the Monetary and Financial Conference, Bretton Woods, New Hampshire, the first government-sponsored international financial institution, were established. And that is the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund, which the main objectives is to reduce global poverty and improve people's living conditions and standards. Now we're going to talk about two types of international financial institutions. First is the intergovernmental financial institution. This types of financial institution aims to end poverty and promote shared prosperity. For example of this financial institution is the World Bank and the United Nations. It is a collaboration between countries which this financial institution established for its certain purpose, which is to provide support for the countries who needed help.
Okay. Private international financial institution. Private international financial institution is a play a major role in the social and economic development programs of nations with developing or transitional economies. This role includes advising on development project, funding them and assisting in their implementation. Entities like banks and hedge funds that owned by shareholders, example are Citigroup and Merrill Lynch. Okay. Entities is an organizational established truth, law, or accounting principle that separate informs its owners, other organization, and individual. Hedge funds is a limited partnership of investor that uses high-risk methods such as investing with borrowed money in hopes of realizing large capital gains. Citigroup is an American multinational investment bank and financial services corporation headquarters in New York City. The company was formed by merger of banking giant Citicorp and financial conglomerate Travelers in Group in 1998. Merrill Lynch is a financial multinational investment banking division under the ISPs of Bank of America. It is not to be confused with Merrill, the stock brokerage and trading platform subsidiary of Bank of America.
Now we will going to talk about the global corporations. First is the international companies, an importer and exporter with no investment outside their home countries. An example of this is the McDonald's and the Apple company.
Global companies have investment and present in many countries. They typically market their products and services to each individual to local market. Global companies, it is a company that operates facilities such as factories and distribution centers in many countries around the world. Some example of global companies is GE, Nestle, and Procter and Gamble. Multinational company. It is have investment in other countries but do not have a coordinated products offering in each country. They are more focused on adapting their products and services to each individual local market. Multinational company, it is a corporate organization that owns and controls the products of goods or services in at least one country other than its home country. Some example of multinational companies are Coca-Cola, Unilever, Pepsi, Starbucks, McDonald's, BMW, Suzuki, Samsung, and etc. Next, transnational companies are more complex organizations that have investment in foreign operations, have a central corporate facility but give decision making, research and development, and making power to each individual foreign markets. Transnational companies, it is an enterprise that involved with the international production of goods or services, foreign investments, or income and asset management in more than one country. The example of transnational companies are McDonald's and Apple. Next, global corporations. These global corporations have common attributes. Newbeer in 2014 identifies three the an agent of desired economic development, an economic prominence, and a very powerful entity that can create a crisis. These corporations may hit their target economic development by making their consumer products available in many parts of the globe. Global corporations, it is a large company that operates in many different countries. Some examples of global corporations are GE, Nestle, and Procter and Gamble.
Now we're going to talk about the Free Trading Area or the FTA, a trading bloc that involves reduction of internal tariffs to zero of members' economies. The next is the unfair trade. Unfair trade is a product of trade by a business firm or government that violates and break international agreements are unjustifiable and discriminatory. So now we're going to tackle about ASEAN integration. So ASEAN was established in 1967 in Bangkok, Thailand. It is exclusive for Asia. And the main goal of ASEAN is to accelerate economic growth, social progress, and cultural developments in the region, and to promote regional peace and stability through abiding peace for justice and the rule of law and the relationship among countries. So that's the end of our discussion with regards to market integration, and thank you.